Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Blake Damon here with another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're making a haunted house. I actually built this house on stream when I had my first look at the Paranormal Stuff Pack. If you want to check out that stream, I will link that in the top right hand corner for you guys to check out. Before I built this house, I did a search on Google Images as per usual and checked out the houses in New Orleans to see what would spark my interest and inspire me. I picked New Orleans because the pack was kind of New Orleans-y anyway. Like it had that New Orleans-y vibe, and I chose to build it in Willow Creek because I think that was supposed to be based off New Orleans anyway. I think the build suits the area. Now, when I was looking through Google Images, I saw this one house. It was red, it was great, but apparently Little Simsy had already made it, so I obviously am not going to do that. She's a way better builder than me, so I had to pick another one and came up with this image. I liked its simplicity and I liked the way the roof was shaped. It looked very cozy. It didn't look very big, and I have a thing for small, tiny houses, if you hadn't guessed and if you're new to the channel. So I set it up as a haunted house, but once you're sick of living in a haunted house, you could actually turn it into a tiny home. Tier 3 tiny home. I think it's a small home under 100 tiles. I was trying to copy as much as I could from the image on Google Images, so there wasn't very much to go by. We kind of just had the front of the house and the way the roof looked from the ground looking up. I don't know how the rest of the house worked. It actually looked really tiny, and I was actually curious as to how you'd fit the rest of the house in this build. Like where's the kitchen? Where's the living room? Where does anyone do anything? It was such a narrow building. I had to use my creative license to go ahead and interpret the image as I could. You'll see me when I'm doing the builds. I go through all the swatches, just about, like every single one, because while I was doing this stream, I was actually also showing off the new pack and the stuff in it. So that's why I'll be staying on one item and it'll go through these rainbow of colors, because I wanted to see all the swatches and I wanted to show my audience. Oh my god, so this tree is so annoying. It's too big. It just clips through walls. I had no idea what to do with it. I tried to find like a place to put it because I like it. I like the plant. I love the object. I wanted to use it. I just couldn't find a place to use it. Oh man. I think it was the leaf fronds. They kind of was just like everywhere. So I ended up shrinking it just to be able to place it somewhere. Sorry guys, this build has so many packs in it. I'm so sorry. I know I said that I would try and keep my builds down to a minimum. This was one that was streamed and not planned, so I just went all out. I probably used one thing from every pack that was ever released by EA. So I'm so sorry if you do download this build and things go missing. It's probably because either one, you didn't put the BB move objects cheat on before you placed it, or two, you don't have the pack where it comes from. So I'm so sorry. The house is a lot small. Like when I started placing furniture inside the house, it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. So I didn't even know if I was going to be able to fit that fireplace, but I somehow did. Even the sofas and stuff like that, I don't know how I managed to squeeze things in. Thank God for BB move objects, I swear. Without BB move objects, I wouldn't have been able to squeeze anything into this narrow little space. I love both the sofas, and I was a little bit torn that I couldn't use both. But if there is a will, there is definitely a way. And so I found a way. I found a way to squeeze in that other sofa. I think it's a love seat. And I sort of like shoved it in this like weird area by the windows. I play tested it. It works. It really does. You can sit on it and everything. But yeah, so glad that I was able to use it. I was like, I want to use them both. I love how the love seat and the big sofa don't technically look like they belong together, but they still go together. Does that even make sense? They look like they come from different packs, but when you put them together, they actually flow really well. Like they bring different aspects of the pack, or they highlight. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking. They just look good together. I actually desperately wanted to use the new coffee table as well, but I couldn't find a place for it. I think I do eventually use it on this build, but I don't think I filmed it because yeah, before I put it up in the gallery, I had another look at the build. I absolutely hated the roofing. Before I put it up in the gallery, which you can download by the way. So if you do want to download this build, watch it first. See if you do like it before you scurry off and look at the gallery. I'll leave a link of where you can download this build in the description below. So don't worry, you can always just go down and click on that. I changed the roof. I changed part of the building as well because I hated the roof. That's how much I hated the roof. I had to cut out a huge chunk of the house. I'm not good with roofs. Roofs and me, we don't get along. We're like angry acquaintances. We put up with each other because we know we need each other, but we don't generally like to hang out with each other. I mean, roof. I remember the old Sims. There was this thing. There's a button that you could press. I think it was Sims 2. That's the one I used to play a lot. Press a button and it would just put roofs automatically. Like it would auto roof. It was amazing. I wish that existed here. No auto roofs for me. You know, I'm glad I have BB Move objects cheap. The reason why is because I would not have been able to build my kitchen. I don't know what it is about pillars. For some reason, objects don't like being around them. So guys, if you do decide that you like this build and you want to place it, please BB Move objects before you do. Otherwise, half the house will disappear. Now, normally when I do build a build of this size, it's usually quite quick when I'm filming it because I've already planned the build beforehand, so all I have to do is basically rebuild what I've already built, which is why my videos when it comes to like speed builds are quite quick, like usually less than 10 minutes. But this was done in stream and I was kind of making decisions on the fly. I had no idea what the house was going to look like inside. The only thing I really had a reference to was the outside, the front, and the way the roof kind of looked, and that was it. So as far as like deciding what would go sort of where, that was a tricky part. And for me, it takes me ages, like ages to really decide on where things go. Did you know that you could actually eat off the seance table? I did not know that. So in the build that I posted, the dining table is a seance table, everyone. I play tested it. It actually works as a seance table and people eat off it too. So yeah, but make sure that you use BB Move objects before you place, please. Otherwise that table and chairs setting, everything there will just disappear, along with half the kitchen. Because I've been building so many tiny homes, like all I can think about is how many tiles I'm using up for a specific room, and like if I've got wastage tiles, or if that tile really needs to be like empty, or what can I use that tile for, or yeah, it's getting like that now. I love the new wall scones so much. I wanted to use it in every room. So I've just placed one here in the bedroom, even though I have 4 hanging lights from the ceiling. I do eventually get rid of that wall scone. I think it's a scone. I think that's what it's called. Now I'm doubting myself, guys. I think that's what it's called. I hope it's what it's called. I will stop talking about food. I'm actually quite hungry. That might be the reason why I am thinking about scones right now. So now the bedroom's done. Well, at least the initial phase. I think I end up changing it a bit more because that's the way I am. That's the way I was built. I build things and then I am deeply unhappy with the way they are. And then I just go back and change it all. That's why it takes me ages to do a build, honestly. When I plan a build, it takes me so long. It takes me like a day to do the initial look of it, and then I sleep on it, I wake up, come back, I look at it, I hate it all, and then I just sort of like try and fix everything that I hate about it until I get this thing that I'm kind of okay with. I used to draw a lot as a kid as well. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of art. It was my thing. So I would start doing the same thing, sort of like do a thing, be all right with it, go to the toilet or like eat something, come back, absolutely hate it, and then like just try to fix it. It's the same thing. This is the same. I'm just reliving my youth. Nothing's changed. After 20 years, nothing has changed. Yeah, I think another reason why I had to change the house before I posted in the gallery is because the toilet was at the front of the house. And it was making it difficult to kind of make the house look pretty because I wanted to use one of the really big windows, but then having a really big window at the front of the house that looks into the toilet, it's, no, I don't think it's a good idea. So yeah, no, I changed it and I put the toilet at the back and I kept the bedroom at the front, and that way it just looks better front on. I still use the big windows for the bathroom, but at least it's not like the bathroom or the toilet isn't the first thing you see when you are looking at the house. And that's why I don't build really on stream, because yeah, no, I can't make these decisions on the fly. Maybe if I keep doing it, I'll get better at it. Yeah, maybe it's just practice will make perfect. I think it looks better. The one that I posted up in the gallery looks better than this one. It's more thought out. I really did take my time afterwards. Check it out, link down below. I cut out a whole section of the stream where I'm just playing with a roof. Not playing makes it sound like I had fun. I was fighting with the roof. I was trying to make it look good. I'm not 100% happy in the one that I ended up posting in the gallery. I think I just don't like the way it does this thing at the back. I just don't like the back of it. And now I do some landscaping. I think it's only light landscaping. Yeah, I don't go too much into it. In the final one I posted, I changed the landscaping because I didn't like that I had both yellow and white flowers there. I don't know why that was such an issue for me at the time, or that I started remaking the backyard, but it was. So I think I only end up with yellow, the bushes, like the ones with the yellow flowers. Yeah. I don't know why it makes such a difference to me, but it does for some reason. I don't know why. And that is it. And now we do the flybys. So all in all, I do like this build. For something that I streamed and I didn't actually plan, it turned out better than I expected. I'm glad I got the opportunity to fix it though before I posted it up on the gallery, because I would have taken it down anyway. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to do that first before I posted it up. Not only is it a haunted home, but it is also a tiny home. So if you do get sick of living in a haunted house, please feel free to switch it up and turn it into a tiny home. You'll get the perks of a small home, which is a tier 3 tiny home under 100 tiles. Don't pick residential. It'll be a waste. So that's it for me. If you made it this far, don't forget to reward yourselves by giving this video a like and subscribing to this channel. If you'd like to download this build, please feel free to go down in the description section and there should be a link there. Click on that. If you'd like to check out the stream where I built this and I had my first look at the Paranormal Stuff Pack, I will leave that, I guess, in the description section as well. You can also click on that and check that out. If you have any suggestions or just want to chat, please feel free to comment down below. I will reply to you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your support and I will see you next time. And now it's time to eat. Baby, feeding time.